Today is a beautiful day. My first stop is always the shishito peppers. It's the most abundant plant in my garden. I mean, there are so many that I've come to terms and tell myself only pick the big ones because they're better off on the plant than in my fridge. I have so many, I start bagging them and giving them to whoever comes over to the house. Here, have some shishito. It's a wonderful little, tiny little pepper that tastes really different. Love to stir fry them, make it like the Japanese people. So abundant. Grows up to almost 3 feet tall. Look at these. As I walk around every morning, I can't help picking the last few tomatoes and clipping off the new diseased leaves, as this is going to take over the whole tomato plant pretty soon. I know I'm going to have to part with them, and I feel sad, but at the same time, I can't stop remembering how many tomatoes this plant gave me. So much fun. It was great. And new things are going to grow, and I'm going to keep the seeds and see you next year for your resurrection. This year, we're trying a new thing. We're planting melons vertically. This, my friends, is a pil de sato. It has a very dark green skin, and the interior is kind of white. It's my favorite of the melons. It is the sweetest. And I play hide and seek with them every morning because as big as the fruit becomes, it could be right there in front of you and you don't see it. It's amazing. I always get so surprised. I'm like, oh my God, here's another one and another one. Look at this one. What I do is I make little nets and little bags, and I support them the same way I support the whole plant. This way they don't rot on the dirt and critters can get to them. Let's pass the orange tree and I'll show you the honeydews. Now I just discovered this one. I had no idea it was there. It's right there. Can you see it? Huge. Unbelievable. But not ready yet. So I put a pot underneath it so that the bottom wouldn't rot. The one I had been taking care of is the one right next to it. It's right there. And I put a net to support it. And it's not even as big as the one I just discovered, which means it had been there all along and I didn't even see it. Unbelievable. This all makes me so happy. Check it out. There's other ones. I planted 2 of the melons next to each other. This is another pil de sapo. This year we only did 2 kinds. I thought I would concentrate on those 2. And then next year we will have watermelons. Here comes another one. I'm going to have to make another net. It's getting bigger. Flowers everywhere. It's so pretty when it grows vertically. Here comes my star, the lemongrass. Love it on my teas and in the soups. Amazing. It's the foundation of most of my teas, actually. I just love the taste and the smell of it. And right next to it is a Anaheim pepper. Don't quote me on this. There's so many varieties and I've lost the label. It's still beautiful though. Right next to it is my sweet potatoes. I have 2 kinds. The kind that is white on the inside, which is my favorite, and the kind that is orange on the inside. Much sweeter. Great for, sugary desserts. Let's go back to the melons. Like I told you, so many different ones to see. You gotta find them. This is the hunt. You see? We went around the plant and we see other ones. This is some of the little bags I make. Very easy, honestly. And now I'm going to show you one that I showed you earlier, but it's a different view. You want to harvest when the stem is giving up. And this one's not ready yet. I think in about 4 days, it should be fine. Since I already got one today, we'll eat that one first. And there's a cute little one right next to it. Come over here. Oh yeah, this is a black beauty, the eggplant. Now, it's not in the right place. Honestly, I put it there before everything else, and now everything else is shading it. And it loves the sun like everyone else. So I'll be moving it soon. And now, this is a cucumber you may not know. It's called the lemon cucumber, although it does not taste like lemon. It makes these oversized golf balls, and one is amazing. It's great for one salad. It makes a lot of flowers, makes the bees happy, and it's all growing next to our grapevine, which we will harvest next year. This garden tour would not be complete with more peppers. These are very, very, very hot peppers, the serrano peppers. As you can see, most peppers actually in all peppers family, they start green and they become red. These little ones here, they start yellowish and they become red. They're called bird's eye chili peppers. And trust me, they're a chili. They're growing right next to our lemongrass. It's a whole happy family. So let's take another journey, still within the garden. This is the rosemary. Not growing very fast, I need to move it to a more sunny place. And it's right next to the orange mint and right next to another bunch of lemongrass. As you can see, I love lemongrass. And if we turn around, this is the herb garden. So we have sage, we have oregano, we also have Italian oregano, which is all the way underneath it all because it doesn't grow up, it's a crawler. And then the lemon balm, which you're going to see in a minute. Look at this. This is oregano and sage. And here comes the lemon balm, which is revitalizing, I should say. It kind of goes dormant in August and then it pops back up in September, along with another type of sage. This is the majestic loquat tree. It was not doing very well when I first planted it in the garden. It was all by itself, and now it's surrounded by beautiful things and it wants to grow too. This is another bell pepper, like I told you earlier. They are green at first and then they become yellow. And I'm waiting for those two to be yellow. I've already harvested 2 of them on this plant this morning that were yellow. I'll show you a picture later. Right next, see, there's another one here. It's still small. We have to wait. It takes a long time for bell peppers to actually become their real color. This, my friends, is chocolate mint. And yes, like it sounds, it tastes like chocolate. And it's right next to the peppermint, which I will be growing a little bit more of it next year because I just don't have enough of it. I love having my tea every single morning. Now, this is a newbie in the garden and it's a lime tree. This is our cactus. It's always been there when we had no garden, just the front yard. So I wasn't about to take it out. Now this is a different view of the lemon cucumbers. Majestic beauty. It's so pretty. Some plants are just pretty, whether you're going to eat them or not. It's just pretty. Now what do we have here? Oh yes, the wonderful, the beautiful melon that I showed you earlier. It's the same one. Don't think I have all these melon plants. I just love to show you how big they are. You have no idea how happy this makes me. And I will show you again and again and again. Did you seriously think that was the only mint I have? Hell no. This, my friends, is strawberry mint. It does not taste like strawberry, according to me, but it definitely has a smell. It's so refreshing. Next to it, we have the spearmint. It's beautiful. I love spearmint. Why not? You should have spearmint in your garden. Then this is the peach tree. End of it gave us many peaches. Will be pruned soon. And this, I thought, was the end of the cucumber plant. But the cucumber plant knows that it's going to get real hot in LA, even in September. So here's cucumber number 1. And as I am discovering this with you, cucumber number 2, next to cucumber number 3 coming up soon. I like to harvest them when they're that size because after that they don't have a taste, it's just water. And cucumber number 4, which I'll be harvesting at the end of this video. And this one, I'm not too sure, it's been there for a while, weird shape. Oh, and I want to show you right here, I have planted some beets. They're still small, but they're growing. This is ciboulette. I will Google the name and give it to you in English. It's kind of like the onion family. And here's a view of the backyard, front yard from over here. I'm sorry, but a garden without basil is not a garden. This is sweet basil, and in the middle, it's strawberries. The sweet basil I have propagated, very proud of me, first time ever. The black one is purple basil. It becomes really dark, and look at this beautiful. Doesn't it look like a flower? We're now passing the shiso plant, which is that leaf you get in the Japanese restaurants. And over here, we have the wonderful, the beautiful kale. Kale, kale, kale. Kale for your juices, kale for your salads, kale for your pestos. So many different ways to eat kale. It's a superfood. And like I told you, I plant beets everywhere I can. Beets over here, beets over there. You know, with one grain, you get one beet. So you gotta plant quite a few to get a good harvest. And we're ending with the kale. Across from the kale bed, we have the one and only, the famous one of all peppers. It is, my friends, the jalapeno pepper. Yes, you have to look for it just like the melons. Why? Because it is as green as it leaves. And here we go, we found one. And here comes another one, right over here. I won't bore you with finding them. There might be many on this plant. But over here, what do we have? Again and again, the beets. I love beets, and like I said, one grain, one beet. You better get planting. Over there, totally at the end, yes, it's a volunteer fig tree. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. Over here, we have the superfood bed. It is the Swiss chards and the kales, which you should have pretty much all the time in juices, salads, or whatever you like. I like it sauteed with butter and garlic. And we will end this video with the master of all volunteers. It is called, my friend, the papaya tree. I can't wait. Thank you guys for taking this little journey into the garden with me this morning. It was fun. I enjoyed it very much. I hope you did as well. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the little bell so you get notifications when I have new videos. Share with your friends if they're interested about gardening. And until then, keep safe, keep connected, and God is good.